Mistakes you need to avoid when you start a WordPress blog. When you start a WordPress blog for the first time, there are so many aspects to consider. It is overwhelming to start a WordPress blog, to the point where you find yourself not doing anything because the analysis of all the tasks you need to do paralyzes you. When you start a WordPress blog, mistakes can sneak in. Why? Because did you know everything there was to know before you started a WordPress blog? Of course not. You did your research, but chances are you missed a bunch of stuff. Because you don't know what you don't know. And how can you fix that? You wonder. Well, what if I told you that you could go back and fix all those mistakes? The checklist makes it a breeze to keep track of what's done and what is still left to do, meaning you can do a little at a time, since there are so many to fix all at once. Choosing the wrong platform. The most common error that developers make when utilizing WordPress is selecting the incorrect platform. WordPress is classified into two categories. WordPress.com is a blog hosting service, while WordPress.org is a self-hosted open-source platform that gives you complete control over your website. Pay only for what you need. You only need a domain name and a hosting service to get started with a WordPress website. The issue is that many major domain registrars advocate and try and offer additional services that are only sometimes necessary, such as privacy protection, security services, and so on. To begin, you can forego these services and concentrate on what is required for your website to flourish, and you can acquire services later from the hosting company as needed. When using WordPress, selecting the right hosting plan is equally critical. You can always start with a shared hosting account as a novice. You can improve your hosting plan if you already have a successful business. Remember to change the default username. By default, when you install WordPress, it automatically creates the username admin with all administrative privileges. It is always advised to change your username and protect your password by strengthening it using a combination of letters, numbers, and special characters to avoid brutal attacks from hackers who can crack your login and password and take control of your website. Not choosing an appropriate theme. This is also one of the most common blunders new WordPress developers make by failing to select the appropriate theme or style for their website. There are dozens of WordPress themes available. A newbie will try several before settling on one, causing the user to repeat the same process numerous times, wasting time and energy. As a result, it is recommended that you grasp the goal for which you are developing your website, select the proper theme that may fulfill your demands from the beginning, and stick to it. Choose a theme that looks nice on all devices, desktop, mobile, and tablets, is easy to customize and meets all your demands, works with popular plugins and page builders, and is optimized for speed and performance. Not choosing the right permalink structure. Permalinks are the permanent URLs for the pages, posts, categories, and tags on your website. It is the URL that will be used to link to your content. When you install WordPress, it utilizes URLs that include the day and name. Choosing the proper permalink format is critical for your website because later changes can have a significant impact on your website traffic. If you are a beginner, go to the Settings, Permalinks page in your WordPress admin area and choose the post name among the given options. Remember to click the Save button at the bottom of the page for new settings to take effect. Not choosing the right plugin. WordPress gives you immense power to customize and make your website awesome with the help of plugins. There are so many available free and paid plugins in WordPress that serve different purposes. It is always advised to use the right set of plugins while using WordPress, as all plugins are not good and can impact your website's speed and performance. Especially if the plugins are downloaded from unreliable sources that distribute hidden malware, they can pose a serious threat to your website. Forgetting to use categories and tags properly. WordPress comes with the feature to categorize content with the tags. Most of the developers forget to use categories and tags for the content of the website, or either don't use it properly. Some end up using categories where they should use tags and vice versa. There are several websites that can be found using so many categories and no tags at all, and similarly, there are websites using thousands of categories but no use of tags. On the other hand, there are developers who use the excess of categories and tags for the website, which is not a good practice. So categories and tags should be used properly to make your website professional and easy for users to navigate. Not paying attention to website speed and performance. With so many websites serving various purposes, this is one of the most significant things to which the developer must pay close attention. The user may not be interested in visiting your website if it takes a long time to load the pages, as time is very important to everyone. Not only do users value websites with faster loading times, but search engines do as well. As a result, developers must pay close attention to website speed and efficiency in order to provide a pleasant user experience and rank better in search engines.